So it is 7:30 in the morning. I'm dropping you to do cardio and some abs right now. I gotta do 40 minutes of cardio right now, being 15 weeks out, almost 14. The point of this series that I really want to show you guys is I don't want it to be fake. I don't want it to be bullshit. Obviously, I want this to look good, but I want it to be real. I want you guys to know exactly the shit that I'm going through, how I'm feeling throughout prep. I want it to be real, if that makes sense. And what I realized the other day is that one of the biggest things that I have struggled with this past year primarily, and funny enough, it's probably the thing that I've struggled the most with out of fucking everything my entire life, is being comfortable, which is crazy because I've been through so much shit, and the fact that I've achieved this minimal amount of success just financially has allowed me to essentially become weak. And on a daily fucking basis for the past year, I wake up, I go throughout my day, and I realize that I'm not giving 110% on most days, and I get so fucking angry. I get disappointed with myself, and there's nothing to say about it other than I've just had a bunch of fucking excuses. I've become comfortable with life because of the position that I'm in, and it's made me weak. So from this point moving forward, all I know is that I'm going to do everything that I fucking can to win, and that's all. I have to keep that promise to myself. Right now I'm not hungry at all because we're still pushing food. So being still 14 weeks out, we're going to continue to push food primarily to try to get my appetite going. But honestly, I can't wait to be at that like 8-week mark where we're not at a huge deficit, but just at that sweet spot where it's like you're hungry and then you eat and you're fulfilled. Food's easy, it's going down. You're not super flat. You still get good workouts. You still got a pump. I could live like that year round. That's just the prime spot to be in. But we got to do this first. So it's been a struggle getting the food down, but we're making it happen. And the cardio is definitely helping with that as well, especially in the morning, that first meal. Holy shit, they're hot. I hate my food like this. What? It takes forever to like cool down.
At least 120 or so? All the information's on the back, so.
I need some fucking mac and cheese. This is how I used to eat when I was like 16.
Really?
15, 16.
What I usually younger to it.
I feel like it should kill me though.
What?
Eating like this.
Do you want to sit here and watch?
Especially being on gear.
Maybe I'll.
Imagine your blood panels.
It doesn't really matter when you eat it. You're not going to feel full from eating fucking steak or protein.
That's not true. That's not true at all. What the fuck?
I think he has all the potential in the world. I think he has the potential to win the Mr. Olympia. But again, there's been a lot of people that have had that, but they just couldn't execute. He's got some of the most important factors, like nobody ever lends any credit or attention to bone structure and limb lengths and proportions of your skeleton, which is probably the main one. So Sebastian is great proportions, first of all, with his bones. They're very proportional and symmetrical. So then on top of that, he's got great muscle bellies and muscle proportions. And he grows very well, and he doesn't get fat very easy. So he's got a lot of good genetic factors that are in his favor.
Yep. Yep. 1, 2, 2, 2. Too fucking light.
Come on, man, 2. All right. 1, let's go. Yes, sir.
Learn how to shake it. Show your mother. Take notes. Your mother can't move like that.
Like I said, right now he has phenomenal biceps, and his triceps aren't bad, but they don't match his biceps. And if those don't match, he's not winning a pro show. So in our situation, his triceps actually have to be a little oversized for his frame to match his peaked up biceps. And then because of that, we've got to make sure his delts are even bigger, whereas normally they would have been sufficient. They won't be based on the size of his arms. So if we don't handle all those balance and symmetry and flow issues, he can't win.
I am right now. For what is it, 13, 14 weeks out? Do you think I'm ahead, or do you think I'm where I should be? Because I feel I'm significantly leaner than I was last year at this point. Obviously, you said being sick would help too, which
I think that you're ahead of schedule with body fat, but not muscle. So we planned that already. We said we were going to do that to get your appetite up. We were going to get you leaner early in the season.
yeah.
So we're still working on getting you leaner so that you can get all your meals in consistently.
My stage weight is 175. Well, I got down to 172 the day I woke up at 178, and then I got down to 172 in that same day because I thought I had to be 175, and I went in the sauna and did a bunch of stupid shit.
No, Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not in a situation where we can do what's optimal, which is a traditional cut. But unfortunately, he couldn't eat in the off season. He had a tough move, wanted to get out of the environment. A lot of things that we needed to correct and fix. So unfortunately, he didn't have the best off season. He couldn't eat. He got sick. So now we're kind of behind the eight ball. We have to gain some muscle back before we get to stage, but it's just muscle that he's already had before, so it's muscle memory. It's not like we're trying to grow new muscle in prep. We're just getting back muscle that he's had, so it won't be that hard. In order to get him to eat, we had to get lean early, and then we could bulk a little bit in the middle of prep, and then go back to the cut and finish that off at the end. It's not traditional style, but it will be effective and it will work instead of just coming down slowly and traditionally, which is most likely best, but we don't have that option right now. If he doesn't put some muscle on, he can't win. If we don't get him peeled, he can't win. So now he's at a point where he's almost out of wiggle room. He's had enough wiggle room up to this point where he just let himself off the hook repeatedly, where there's no more room for error now. We're out of time. So I told him, if we don't execute properly for within the next 2-3 weeks, there's no way he'll win.